What's up? How are you guys doing? I hope y'all had a good day thus far. So I've got the standings up just in case, so that we can see them while the tournament is going on. But basically, the plan today is just I get to watch some games. Um, and I'll try to talk you guys through it. Like, I'm not this strong of a player as most of these players are. For example, I think if I click join, I'll probably start at around like 80 or 90 because I think like 2560 right now or something like that. Oh, 120. Wow. Okay, so this is an extremely strong field, but I'm not going to be playing in this one. We're just going to be spectating. Um, and yeah, let me minimize the secondary standings for now until the games start. But once we're in the games, then I can keep the standings going on in the background for you guys to see. But if at any point in time you want to see someone play, let me know and I'll be happy to flip to it. But what's up, Cursed H Pawn and Badman? How are you guys doing? But it looks like Penguin is at the top of this, but I thought Penguin was playing in Vegas right now, so I don't know how he's going to play in this as well. Of course, we've got Zhigalgo, who has owned me before. Vladimirovich? I forgot who this is. Is this Andreikin? Huh. Might be Andreikin? Yeah, it is Andreikin. Huh. So he's like a super GM as well. So this is an extremely strong tournament. Is Alireza playing? I don't believe so. His name is what? Alireza 3000 or something? No, he's not. But it's still a matter of time. There's still 2 hours of play. Like Magnus, Firouzja, and all have joined late before and still managed to win. So only time will tell, I guess. Ooh, Toivok. He's extremely strong. I mean, all of these players are like 28, 2900s. So we'll see. He's playing Paris. Ah, okay, okay, okay. That's why I'm surprised that like Penguins registered. Because Penguin was playing in Vegas, but I don't know. We'll see. Who am I putting my money on? Zhigalgo is just. He's so fast. You'll watch, or you'll be able to see. He's going to berserk basically everyone. But let's see it. Okay, let me go and enable the standings so that you guys can see if anyone jumps to the top and things like that. Also, what's up, rats? How are you doing? Penguin game maybe is starting late. Ah, could be. But okay, what is this? This is a French. Yeah, like there's too much speed, but opposite side castling, so I'm expecting some sort of pawn break with like g6 at the right time, and white just hung a bishop. Maybe I shouldn't have hyped up Chicago. Huh. So I said I was putting my money on the white player here, and he just promptly. So bishop g5, h6 g5 probably could be an issue. Yeah, this is too much speed. Unfortunate. Maybe they think that they've berserked. Maybe they were playing in the Hyper Bullet Arena. I don't know. But they're playing unnecessarily fast, at least for Bullet. Because, like, my Bullet is 5 or 6 times slower than this. Material is equal, yeah. I hallucinated. I guess I wasn't paying attention enough. But it looks like somehow these two knights are not getting removed. But at the same time, I don't see how white breaks through on the queen on the king side. Like maybe a well-timed f5 if we can somehow land the bishop on like g5. I'd also be tempted to reroute the bishop to h4. Like maybe knight h3. Okay, he goes for f5. But you have to consider taking on h6, things like that. Also, what's up, Lorena? How are you doing? Um, yeah, I'm gonna try my best to give commentary on this, but these games are extremely high level. Although it looks like white is breaking through, like rook 1 f6 is what I was about to say, and just mate. Wow. So there actually was mate in one that both players missed, but he saw it the second time around. Huh. Okay, let's see. Who's Man United Pro is Min Lei, I think. So he's a very strong IM from Vietnam, and they've played each other 5 times before, with Min Lei winning 4 of the 5. But we might get a dirty flag here. Like, Black only has 8 seconds, but it looks like White's winning anyways. There's really no way for him to stop the E pawn and guard the H pawn. This bishop is just a bit too distracted. Like king f7, king g6, we pick up the h pawn. He doesn't even want it. He's just gonna queen the e pawn. That's GG's. Um, okay, Nihal is playing, so maybe we'll see if we can catch a Nihal game. Nihal versus Jigalgo. So what the heck is going on here? White's up a piece. And White's maintaining his piece advantage. Rook d7 at the right time, but you've got to be careful of these tricks. I'm still tempted to just put the rook on d7. Oh, he goes for d8, but same difference. And now it's just about converting, and Nihal is one of the best hyperbullet players in the world. Ah, the little dirt with queen takes d7, but it doesn't work for Shigalgo. Andrew's currently playing a game in Vegas. Wow. Yeah, hopefully he can join late. I don't know why I joined. I wasn't supposed to press join. Um, okay, let's see. Is there anyone else you guys want to see? Because I'm just going to keep clicking the top game, but maybe we'll try and catch a game in its entirety. Like after this one is done, I might wait for one of these players to start their next one. But okay, it looks like Pragnananda is going to push through. Again, a well-timed f5 is probably the key to this position for black. For white, you want to put the rook on the c file and maybe pry it open. What's up, No Joke? How are you doing? And Hugo, how are you guys? At the moment, I don't know who. Okay, Andrekin's back on top. So, but the night is still young. There's still 2 hours left of this. Can I play against? No, I'm not playing any games today, thankfully. Instead of watching my abysmal chess, we get to watch like 2900 chess. Because I'm only like 26, 25 something. So, these guys are much, much stronger. But I'm very curious if White can at the right time play knight e7, knight f5. I don't know why he didn't go for that earlier. Like, I still think this is a cool plan to have. Yeah, how do you stop knight takes c6 now? I guess he's gonna meet this with some sort of knight takes c7, yeah. Well, I appreciate it. It looks like black's actually just gonna lose on time, more than likely. Um, I think positionally this is probably about equal. With the h-pawn, black might actually have much better chances. I think rook c2 is a mouse slip. I think he meant to put the rook on c1. But now we see pure chaos, where, I mean, it doesn't matter what I say, these players are just moving way too fast. Pragnananda almost flags like 4 times and then chooses to flag on this move. Up a clean rook, though. That's kind of unfortunate. But let's see. Maybe I can try and time a game. Who is anyone about to start? Are any of these games like fresh? Ooh, Bodic has not started yet. You still don't know where Andrew is. I think Andrew is playing around actually in Vegas. So it might be a minute before he is able to join. But okay, let's watch Nihal versus Jigalgo again. So no, I am not joining. But is Dr. Magnus Carlsen gonna join? Only time will tell. We'll see. Okay, but Rats, he was playing like insanely fast. He used maybe 1 second for the last like 15, 20 moves of the game. So somehow just right at the end, maybe his mouse got stuck or something, but that's very unfortunate. So queen takes h6 is white's threat. But now queen h7. We might see a GM draw here with queen d3, queen e3. Ooh. Okay, black's opting to hide his king on h8. Attacking a7, potentially some... Oh no. Oh no, his queen. Wow. Nihal, what happened? Okay, let me go back to the arena. And let's see. Okay, I shouldn't have joined because now every time I go back, it's gonna stop at my pairing, which is kind of unfortunate. Oh, okay. Apparently, we're only watching Jigalgo games today. So, I mean, he is a top class player, but still not much variety, I guess. But Jigalgo is playing Victor Bologan. And for those of you who don't know who Victor Bologan is, he's a super GM from Romania and wrote like one of the best books on the King's Indian. If anyone in chat is a King's Indian player, um, I don't know what Bishop D3 was, and I don't think either player was expecting that move to appear on the board. But Okay, I guess he pre-moves knight e5 and pays the price for it. Um, Maybe I should stop hyping up players. Every time I hype up a player, they lose, which is kind of unfortunate. But bishop f6 and knight e4 is on the cards. Also, e4, e5 is getting threatened. Yeah, bishop d... Wait, is my screen glitched? There isn't a pawn on... There wasn't a pawn on e2. Okay. I guess that was just some bug, but... Am I missing something? What is happening in that game? I guess my screen was just bugged. I don't know. That was very weird. So there wasn't a pawn on e2, but for some reason on my screen there was. Andre has paused his tournament. I don't know what for, but he's currently sitting in the #1 spot, which is kind of cool. Above all of these, like Bodek is a very strong player from the States. Jigalgo, of course, is okay. Well, they're playing each other, so we can watch that. 2970. Jeez. I wonder if Chicago has ever broken the 3000 mark. It happens sometimes? Okay. Thank you, Vinvin. I've never had it happen in my games, which is good, I guess. Knight c5, knight takes d3 is what I thought he'd play last move. Um, Now it might be a missed opportunity. Like the rook's coming to c8. I still think black is slightly for choice because these pawns are very weak. But again, this isn't a classical game of chess. So time is going to play a big factor. And for those of you who have heard of Mr. Jigalgo, he is one of the fastest players like in the world. Knight f3 check. Unfortunately, the king's pretty safe on h1. So maybe pawn grabbing is not a bad idea. Put the queen on d4. And at some point in time, okay, well, he picks up... What? Okay, I don't think he could have gone queen c2, but he's somehow surviving. Happens for viewers, never have it in game. Okay, gotcha. Well, thank you guys. And if rook g1, he has knight f3, so this game is over. It's just about converting it now with 15 seconds left. And that's the hardest part. Um, Up in exchange, I don't think he really has to worry much. You just keep pushing. f7 is not a problem because you can take my rook. I'll make a queen with mate. So Bodek instead opts for resignation. Let's see. Who else is about... Oh, Andreikin is playing. We haven't seen an Andreikin game yet. Andreikin is about 20... I don't know if he's still north of 27 FIDE, but he used to be one of the best talents in the world. I believe making it to like the finals of a World Cup. I think he might have actually even won a World Cup. So he's a very, very strong player. Ooh, this is a cheeky trap. If queen c3, knight e2. Still knight e2 and black ends up an exchange. But black can also opt for maybe knight a4. But knight a4, bishop d4. So knight f5 is better. Saving this knight is more important. So takes and bishop f5 is an option. Ah, it takes he was going to take back with the f-pawn. I missed that. Okay, he gives up b7 for no apparent reason. But it still looks like black's for choice. Although the knight's a bit offsides. I would play knight d4 here if I was playing black. Okay, he goes for that. It's usually not a good thing when these super GMs see the same moves as me. c6, though. Okay, I was looking at bishop d7 as well, but I thought c6 was a problem. And black does end up an exchange, but there is a pawn on d7. Will he survive? I almost want to play... So if you're somehow able to get these pieces off of this diagonal, then black would be in great shape. Bishop d8 is a nice intermezzo, attacking the queen. And now queen c8, maybe? Yeah. And rook e1. And that's GG's. Is it GG's? Queen d7. It might not be GG's. I might have spoken... Wait, what? No, queen d7, of course. Yeah, that's the problem. Is queen d7, you take on d7, you do, and then you have back rank mate. But these guys are able to see this using like 1 or 2 seconds off their clock. Like that's the beauty of this level of speed chess is they've only got 1 minute to play the entire game. Like most of us would be happy finding these tactics in like a G90 game. And they were able to do it in Bullet. But okay, this is a standard... The stream is glitching. Oh no. Wait, what is happening? Huh. That's strange. Okay. I don't know. I can't see anything on my end. Stream is smooth for me? Okay. Cool. Because on my screen it says that I've not dropped any frames. Um, but okay, let's go back to this game. So white's gonna play like queen h5 and try and just generate the simplest of mates. Now queen h6 is the threat. And I actually don't see how black avoids this. Like rook g6 now, maybe? Oh, rook d1 is a very creative move. This is something that like the super strong players are really good at doing. Is it's a topic called like full board awareness. And what that means is like he sees that his queen's defending backwards. He sees that his bishop can be activated on the king. And I'm almost tempted to go rook takes h6 here. I think that might be all she wrote. Yeah. Okay, take. And then now e6 or rook h8 e6, the game's over. Oh, this is just mate in 3. Um Actually, it's just mate in 2, of course. You don't even need to play e6. Ignore me, chat. Apparently I can't see simple mates in 2. Oh well. Okay, min lei. Ooh, this is a Caro-Kann. Oh, well, it's not actually a Caro-Kann, but it transposed into a Caro-Kann. Um, I think min lei has made a mistake, although this counterattack on the e-file could be very powerful. Yeah, you could try the YouTube stream as well. That's also an option. Um, if takes back, now we take the bishop. And if queen e6, just king h8. And I actually really like black's position here. Maybe bishop takes c2. Bishop takes c2 might have been a missed opportunity. Because it would have stopped the white king from castling long. Yeah, now the white king gets safety. But rook b8? Like, black might still have a bunch of attack on the king. The queen's trapped. Wow, that's GG's. Yeah, I'm shocked. So normally the line that I play, if anyone plays the Caro-Kann, is I know this kind of transposes into the Caro-Kann, but in this position I play knight d7, and then on knight f4 I just go bishop h7 and e5, and he opted for the e6 line. But this is why he's a super IM, and I'm like 2150 feet A. But okay, let's see. The top board is who is this? I don't know who this is. Anonymous. Okay. That's one thing on Lichess is you're allowed to stay anonymous. Okay. It's fine. Well, on one of them it's been saved, so the bottom standings will stay as the default top standings. Um, but I think it's fine. Uh, okay. But yeah, thanks for the suggestion. Chat, if you guys ever have any suggestions, please let me know. I'd be happy to. Bishop takes g7, you're probably getting mated though. Rook c2, this might be like white went all in for mate, but I think black's the one getting the mate. Minus 17. Is this like a new account? Like who is this? How does he That's a lot of rating to lose in one game. Maybe he hasn't played Bullet in a while. I don't know. Okay, let's see if we can catch someone about to start their next game. Everyone's playing currently. Wow. Is this Nihal game? Okay, this game just started. So we'll take a look at this. This is the Sveshnikov variation of the Sicilian. Basically, black plays an early e5 and accepts this d6 pawn as his weakness, as well as the d5 square. But the idea is you want this f5 pawn break at the right time. The winner was plus 20. Maybe that could have just been a huge rating difference? I don't know. Wait, did Nihal berserk? Maybe he did. I think you might be right. I didn't even pay attention. I just assumed that these guys don't berserk against each other, but that's a good catch, Peter. Um, I don't know what's going on here. Black has the 2 bishops, so that's a plus. But he also hung his queen with check, so it's probably game over. Be careful. It's never too late to lose your queen. E3 here, of course, is met by mate in 1. This is a bit too fancy, even for me. Like, I don't like how white's trying to convert this game, but maybe it's fine. Like, it's probably fine. Just rook h5 or rook h7. We gotta get the final pieces into the game. But I still think it's a bit careless. I'm not sure, though. Of course, I can't comment on their absolute strength, but... Okay, this is winning now. Wait, just go knight f5. What are we doing? I'm confused. I don't know. I guess he's trying to flag him, but that's so unnecessary. He's just completely winning in the position. But Nihal goes and smartly hides his king over on the side of the board. And this game has been going on far too long. Okay, and Nihal flags. But I thought he just had, like, mate way earlier. Like, in this position, why not just go rook lift? Oh, well, I guess the knight's hanging. So after knight d4, a rook lift? I thought that could have been fine. But, hey, he still got the win. So, that's not bad at all. Let's see. Now he's playing again, Mr. I don't know. I'm just gonna call him. I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea what to call him. But he's playing against Dropstone. Who is Dropstone? Dropstone is David Paravian. Wow. Mr. G Virus. Okay. Sounds good, Compson. D6 is hanging, but I guess the trade-off. Oh, this is a very cheeky tactic, especially in bullet. Because bishop takes f6, bishop takes f6, queen takes d6 looks very tempting, but black has this sneaky bishop e5, not winning the pawn back, but instead forking the queen and mate. But white, of course, doesn't fall for that. White's up down exchange, so it's up to black to convert this, but these pawns are extremely weak. I don't know how he's going to be able to hold all of them. In fact, okay, maybe just rook takes c2, but all right. Now this rook goes to a1 and picks up a2. So black, instead of trying to win the pawns, is very smartly trying to put the rooks on the second. But the knight on d3 does guard f2, so it might not be so easy to convert this position. Black is, of course, completely winning. But in a bullet game, anything is possible. I don't like giving away f2, but I guess the trade-off was losing h3. And now it's almost a mating net. Worst case, black's going to pick up all of the pawns and it's going to be over. Why? Okay. Maybe black's afraid of falling into a mating net himself. But I think that's a bit delusional. Now we start playing on the clock per usual. These like super GM bullet games always end up with like some ridiculous moves to end the game. I am pure commentary. Yeah, I'm not playing in this. Nobody wants to see me play in it. I'm like far lower rated than all of these top dogs. Like, I don't think my search filter allows me to get played with on Draken, even if I like maxed it out all the way. I think he's higher rated than my search filter would allow. But okay, Queen f5 maybe? Queen f5 g6 though. Okay. Well, I guess now the knight's hanging, so it's fine. It'll just be a weird trade of pieces. But I do think black's for choice. He's got the two bishops. So, we'll see. Ooh, okay, then there might be a chance that we see a penguin sighting. Yeah, I don't know who he's playing against in Vegas, but I've been trying to keep up. In case you guys are curious, of course, on Lichess, if you go to the broadcast tab, you can watch the games happening right now in Vegas. So there's a bunch of chess going on. It's just up to you guys to find it. Do I think Lichess is the best site for bullet? Yes, because I don't like getting flagged, like, just by losing time every time I move. Um, but if you're someone that plays good chess, maybe Lichess. Like, no, if you're someone who doesn't do that. +2 right. Ah, he's playing Balaji. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, that's another, like, very strong youth prospect in the US. But +2 is a very convertible position. We get a King's Indian, the fianchetto variation with c6. So this is what I play as well, chat. But I play Queen b6 in this position, and it gets very sharp. Um, Instead, the sides are going for the bishop f5 stuff. Yeah, I agree, D-Rod. Um, AB, okay. White's got a weakness on a3 that black's going to try and exploit. So maybe knight c7, knight b5 or something. Yeah, that's fair. No, like playing for mate is one thing, but I don't know. It's this weird debate, right, of whether like a win in bullet is different whether you mate or you flag. Like I think people are that's often a very controversial topic. where it's like, is a flag like, of course a flag is marked the same way as a mate is, but is it the same? And I don't know. I for one am in the group that like a win's a win, but I can see how you can argue that like it's more instructive to play for mate. Because if we're trying to play like the most precise chess, we should be playing classical. The reason we're playing bullet is so that the clock is a factor. And so then we can't complain if people use the clock as a weapon. Like in most of these GM games, like 15 seconds on the clock is almost worth a piece. Like I would be very shocked if Andreykin lost this game just because of the time edge. Yeah, exactly, Simple Simpson. That's my philosophy as well. That's a free piece and this game is over. Yep, White resigns. Let's see if we can. Oh, Zhigalgo versus Nihal. Nihal berserks. Will Zhigalgo berserk back? Nihal hasn't moved yet, so he's giving him the opportunity to, and Zhigalgo says no. Okay, we'll see. There is no more honor at this top level. So Zhigalgo with the white piece is up 30 seconds off the rip. But let's see. I've played these titled arenas a few times, chat, and the best that I've done, I think, is I finished 77th or something at one of them. Which is not bad out of like a couple hundred people. But that was the first time I think I had broken like 2550. But one of them a long time ago, I got to play versus Mr. Firouzja, and he berserked me and won in like 15 moves. So that was very sad because I didn't berserk back. I should have probably berserked back, but I didn't. Um, is there any tricks here? I was curious if there was some knight c6 stuff, but white is fully just playing on the clock. That's one of these chances that you take when you berserk. Is you coming up against a big shot. Like Zhigalgo is one of the fastest players online, and you've given him a big time edge. So we'll see if Nihal's able to pull this off. Though that's a very impressive win. Beating Zhigalgo with half the time with the black pieces would be insane. Do I think a big monitor is harder for Bullet? I don't think so. Um, I think he's gonna do it as well. But I don't know, zero point 0.8 seconds left. It's going to be a question of whether he can make the right pre moves. And I don't think he can, unfortunately. Ah, oh, that's pain. That is very pain from Nihal's point of view. Of course, if he doesn't berserk that game, he wins this position a million times out of a million with 30 seconds on the clock. But unfortunately, he was not able to. Such is life. Do you have to drag more distance? Ah, that's a good point. Maybe. He did lose 3,000 as well. Not zerking and playing for flag, but that's part of the game. It's not like this is a one-off game, though. Ooh. Ah, queen e1, he has rook f1 immediately. That's very important, because if you take the queen, then you lose. Oh, black opts instead to just resign. Andreykin goes, I've had enough here, and just go next. Which is a bold strategy. But again, this is kind of because it's a tournament situation and not them just playing one-off games, because this is a rather important tournament. Like the titled arena only comes around once a month, at least the bullet titled arena. So for them, I guess if they're not so confident, you might as well secure the win. But you do get an extra point if you berserk and win the game. So if you're on a streak and you berserk, you get 5 points instead of 4 on a win. And if you're not on a streak and you berserk and win, you get 3 instead of 2. Also, what's up, Angela? How are you doing? Ask Andrew about... Really? I didn't know that. I haven't watched many of these. Like I said, I normally partake in them. But today, I don't know. I was feeling in more of like a not playing chess mood. And we can just watch some very, very fine chess. Queen h4 here, king f7 probably. Yeah. Um, and I don't see how... Oh, this is a very creative way to continue the attack. Wow. But the knight's trapped. Knight has to come back to a5, unfortunately. Really? Okay. I didn't actually watch that set, Landon. But that makes sense. And that's mate on h8. Wow. So Toivak was in an unfortunate situation where king e6 is met by knight d8 check, winning the rook. It's always important whenever you see pieces on the same color square, If you've got a knight, especially in these fast time controls, just keep an eye out. Just be like, oh, maybe I've got a fork. And then knight d8 is mate? No, was f6 not hanging? Oh, am I blind? In my head, I thought f6 was or I thought f6 was hanging, but okay. Well, I had a pawn on e5. Jesus. Okay, I'm blind then. Well, I appreciate you, Coin and Simple Simpson, for correcting me. Queen takes f6 is white's threat here, and black just doesn't stop it. I guess he's playing for counterplay with rook a1 check. Knight h3 is a really smart move because now rook a1, rook e1 you can take back and it keeps the pin. But I'm very curious as to how Knight King is going to continue this attack. Oh, another little Zwischenzug attacking the queen. We saw this earlier today, chat, where you throw in an in-between move. And even though black's like, ooh, I won your queen, white wins one back. And ends up just up a full rook. Okay, Andrekin's lost 2 out of 3. Let's see what he can do against Chicago. Because Min Lei is catching. Like, the streak that Min is on right now is absolutely insane. Like, all he's done is draw. He has 1 loss all event. But we'll see. If Andrekin lets up a little bit, I think Min's back. C4 is just a common idea in these type of positions, and you play for the open C file. So normally, like, CD5 and maybe bishop C7. The problem in this particular case was, yeah, instead of... If he had gone CD5 a move earlier... Ooh, queen's trapped. Game's over. But Zhigago opts not to resign. I think the vast majority of players with the black side here would have resigned. Just to go next. Just try and get games in. Because especially in the early stages of this tournament, the important part is, like, making sure you get enough games in. But okay, maybe he still thinks he has some chances here. Rook b4, very important. Not giving up the defender of the rook. But surely this is lights out. Like, the queen's going to return to c7. Maybe queen d8 was even better. He goes for queen d8 now. Be careful, though. If we go a bit too early, we're going to get back ranked. So... What is Andrekin doing? He just... How did he lose this game? Oh my goodness, that's so painful. He just traps a queen. Oh, that's unlucky. He's drunk. He could be. I don't know what the time is right now in Russia, but it is like a Saturday afternoon. All right, let's see. Let's see if Min Lei can make it back. Riquelme is a very famous Argentinian football player back in the day, but I wonder. No, this is okay. He's probably named after the footballer, or his account is named after. But this rook a7 idea is very common in the This is known as the Chebanenko Slav, with a6 on move 4. So in this position, chat, you have a bunch of options as black. So you can go e6, you can go a6, you can go dc4. I guess that's basically all of the options, but he opts for the Chebanenko. And for anyone who does play the Chebanenko, one thing you should know is whenever this queen comes on b3, you have this defensive move. And basically what it does is eventually your rook's either going to go back to a8 or swing over like this. But you don't have to waste your queen defending the pawn, because queens aren't the best defenders, whereas your rook's not doing anything on either of these squares, so it doesn't really matter that it's on a7 instead of a8. In Russia, they always... Dang. Maybe. Wow, he goes all in. Bishop f4 and rook d4 could be an idea, but black is just down a piece. We'll see what he's got for it, though. You don't want to trade queens, especially when you're down a piece. I was really tempted by some sort of pin on this diagonal, but the problem is white's always got some piece to e3. He opts for knight to e3. Gets out of the pin, which is very smart. I don't know what's happening in this game, if I'm being completely honest. It looks like it might just end in a perpetual. Okay, I'm surprised he didn't come back to e4, but black might be playing for the flag. I just realized that black is up a lot of time. I really should be looking at the clock. Black is lost, yes, but this is a bullet game. And he's up 13 seconds. That might be worth a piece. It depends. I don't know how fast Min is. He is 3,000 rated for a reason, though. And this is that reason. He wins on the clock, just down a full piece. Wow. Let's see. What game is about to start? Oh, this game has just started. I don't know who either of these players are. Oh, this is Arjun. And Night King is Bortnik. Wow. So these are big names. I guess I've not seen their. Ooh, okay. Queen d4 check might be interesting, but he opts to just retreat. So this is Arjun Arigasi versus Alexander Bortnik. So these are two absolute speed demons. Like it's been 24 moves and they each have over 40 seconds. Okay, I mean, Arjun of course proves me wrong by going under 40, but that's insane. Vladimirovich is Dmitry Andreikin. Like 2650 FIDE. I at some point in time he was north of 27, but I don't believe he still is. But yeah. He's a extremely strong Russian player who also hung mate in one. So I guess anything is possible, chat. The G5 break is going to be extremely vital if Black wants to play for a win here, but I think Black should be happy with the draw. Like down 10 seconds, almost want to play for activity. He opts for this way with Rook C4 and winning the B pawn. But White is definitely for choice because this one pawn does a great job of stopping these two. Black's going to need to take the time to go and capture that pawn, whereas White can just push. So now take and come back to H. He goes pawn to H7, and now Rook A7. I don't understand this, but okay. Oh, he's going for the Rook H6 trick. Got it. But now he's not in time with Rook G1 and King G7. The pawn just queens. So Black is again playing for the flag. Question is, will White be able to win with a rook and a king? This is funny though, because you'd never question this in classical chess. And apparently you should never question it in bullet chess either, because that was just picture perfect technique. Let's catch the end of this Min Lei game. So Min is currently sitting in the pole position. He has won, what, like 9 games in a row? This is for 10. 10 in a row against 3,000 competition. This is what separates like these guys from someone like myself is they don't let up. It's like I'd be happy with one win against any of them. And Min is not happy with one win. He wants 10 in a row. He's just adopting the field at this point. Queen c4 check is the idea. Yep. And ba. Yep. Also queen c3 check was playable. I think he'll go queen c3 now. Yeah. But I don't really know how to evaluate this position. Queen takes d2. That is a very gangster move. The idea is the rook was stuck guarding a8 and d2. This is just like such a high level move to see with a few seconds on the clock. Of course, like I think Black could have played maybe rook c5 here, but again, with so low time, it's very difficult. Yeah, MUTD Pro. I assume it stands for Man United Pro, but I could be wrong. Is Min Lei, yeah, the Vietnamese international master. I guess let's watch his game. Chow is wanting to watch Pragnananda's games anyways. Pragnananda is the like one of the junior prodigies from India right now. Alongside like Nihal, I guess is Vidit still considered a kid? I don't know, but Arjun Arigasi, like there's plenty of them. This is like the next wave of like Indian superstars. But he's playing the black pieces here and he's got a pretty nice position. Um like I don't know how white makes progress. I guess b4 has to show up at some point in time, but I don't know when. Like white wants to open lines, but you can't open too many lines. This is the risk that you take when you have kind of like white's got like a smidgen of a space advantage, but black has the two bishops. So if everything in the center opens up, black is definitely for choice. So white has to try and create outposts for his knights. Or just get outplayed. Prague is owning. He is absolutely owning. Two knights versus two bishops. I don't know how you hold this. Queen d6? Okay, I would have claimed the d-file. At some point in time, I want the d-file, please. Okay, queen on d5. There we go. And it looks like he should convert this pretty easily. Although it is bullet, so maybe there's some dirt. Like queen g6 check, you have to be careful for. And the knight one square in front of the king is an extremely useful defensive resource because it stops all of these checks. And that works on any square on the board. If you have your king and your knight is one square away, that's usually enough to like deter a queen even. Like there's not much she can do. Just stop by one knight. What's up, Sky Money? How are you doing? Yeah, we're currently watching the titled arena for June 2021. And at the moment, it looks like nobody's stopping Min Lei. And I think he's about to continue his wrecking streak. He's so fast. He hasn't used any time. Like at all. Between move 50 and the game ended on move 71, I don't think he used any time. It's just absolute speed demon. You give someone like Min Lei just a knight, and game's over basically. All right, we get a Dutch with e5. Okay, who's Dropstone again? Is Dropstone Bortnik? No, it's Paravian. Of course. Yeah, Bortnik is someone else. Bortnik is king, knight king or something. Um, I'm still wrapping my head around all these names. Ah, that's a very tricky move. Because the most obvious move is rook d1, but that's met by bishop c2, eliminating the defender and picking up the d2 knight. Yeah, I thought he had such a good position. And I don't know, I think he was trying to play too accurately, I agree. Where he was basically like trying his best to avoid the complications by trading off the queens, but once you trade off the queens, it's way harder to pre-move with a bishop than it is with a knight. Especially knight versus bishop, you only have to think every other move, if that makes sense. Like, this knight is on a light squared versus a light squared bishop. I don't have to think where I move this knight. It doesn't matter. Because the bishop will never be able to take it. I only have to think when the knight's on a dark square. So, whereas the bishop will have to think every move, basically. Because you're playing reactively depending on where my knight's on. Like, if I'm in late, I'm just pre-moving every time my knight is on a light square. It doesn't matter where I move it to, especially in those type of like closed positions. But it's easier said than done, of course. I don't know how to match that kind of speed. But we'll see. Can Andreikin win this game? I don't think so. Rook f1 is a very sneaky move, but he opts for this instead. I still feel like rook f1 is a very, very sneaky move. Yeah, I'm not the greatest bullet player, but I can still hold my own against, well, not these guys. I think the highest rated I've ever beaten on Lichess is like 2800. So, still a ways to go before I can compete with these guys. But let's see. Um, ooh, okay. This is like a battle between two absolute speed demons. In terms of like pure speed, I think Min Lei is up there, Bortnik is up there, and Mr. Ergassi is up there. I think that's like maybe Zhigalgo as well. I think those are like the four who are absolute speed demons. Everyone else, of course, is fast, but you don't want to be low on time against these guys. And people playing today, of course. No, no, no. Penguin is next level. I'm just talking about people playing today. Because Andrew is not playing yet. Ooh, bishop h6. Nice. That's GG's. If you move the bishop, I take your rook, and then I mate you next move. Oh, I didn't see queen d6. Oh, man, I'm blind. Wow, that was a great defensive resource. I just didn't see queen d6. I saw a3 was covered, but for some reason I hallucinated on d6. Yeah, I'm only talking about people playing today. But Danya, Magnus, Andrew are all, as well, incredibly fast. I'm just saying out of these lot that I recognize because of their speed. But of course, like, everyone else are also 3000s that we're watching today. So most of the chess does not make sense. But what I would recommend, if you guys wanted to learn from, like, bullet chess, one thing that these players do really well is they're able to find chaos. And I know the chaos that they find isn't good at their level of classical chess, but it might be good at like ours. Let's say queen d6, rook d1, maybe. Ah, could have been. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And if take we just take back and the rook still delivers mate on f8, I think that was a missed opportunity. Um, where was it? Right here. Yeah, I think rook d1 was a missed opportunity. But I guess maybe queen e7 and hope. But queen e7. Oh man, this is a very confusing position after those two moves. Maybe on queen e7 we're in time to go bishop g5. I don't think so. I don't know. Rook d1, I guess queen e7. But I don't have a response. Um, okay, let's go back. But the level of opening theory that some of these players have in terms of it just being a 1 minute game is insane. Like, they'll be blitzing out like 30, 40 moves of theory without even thinking. Who was world champion before Magnus? Fishy was. Fishy, I believe, won his world championship match. I forgot what year against Vladimir Kramnik, and then he defended it against. Wow, I am blanking hard today. Who did he defend it against, chat? Because he defended it 3 times, I think. And then he lost to Magnus, and then he had his rematch against Magnus and lost again. And then since then, Magnus has defeated Karyakin and Caruana. Both insane matches. Is Magnus playing in this tournament? Not at the moment. I still wouldn't put it past him to join late. But who's world champion before Botvinnik? What? I don't know. When do Magnus and Nepo play? In November, I believe. Topalov? Ah, of course. Yeah, yeah. For some reason, I blanked on Topalov. Yeah, I knew about Mr. Gelfand, but for some reason, I blanked on Topalov. Um, okay, let's see if we can catch a game as it's about to start. All of these games are still in progress, but let's see. Right now, it looks like Minlay has been stopped, though. He has drawn a game. He's drawn a game, but he's won his next. And right now, he's playing against Andreikin. And it looks like he's about to win again. I think it's going to be the Minlay show today. Opting not even to take the exchange. Yeah, he did. He won the candidates and qualified to play him again, which is crazy. What is Bishop d6? I'm sorry. I'm assuming mouse up. He probably wanted to take the exchange and just messed up. But it looks like Vladimirovich Andreikin's gonna get his revenge with queen takes f4 mate. This is a cool mating pattern, but yeah, it has to be a mouse slip. So I think he was probably regretting not taking the exchange earlier and opted to take the exchange now, but he didn't. Has there been any world champion who hasn't been good at rapid? Ooh, I don't know. We have a 2800 playing the top dog. That's very impressive by Mr. Ohanyan. Well done. Because normally all I see are 3000s at this level. Or it's been like 40 minutes, so he's holding his own against some tough competition. I can't think of any Joker wings. I'm sorry, nobody comes to mind. Um, yeah, I think especially recently, like Anand's some of the Anand is one of the fastest players we've ever seen, and then of course Magnus is as well. But you'd have to go pretty far back. Like maybe you could argue someone like I don't actually know how to pronounce his last name, but Max Yuri or someone like that is not very good at rapid, but he's still probably like 2700. His last name is pronounced or it's spelled Euwe, but I never learned how to pronounce it because I don't think it's how I just said it. This looks like a perpet, but Min's gonna play on. He's up 30 seconds. This wasn't even a berserk. This is he actually made 30 seconds of extra time. That was just a dirty trick, I guess. He was hoping for like a c6, queen takes f6 and winning. Um, but oh well. Let's see it. Who's playing right now? I don't know who this is. There's an IM this high up from Belarus. His name is Denis Lazovic. Okay, fair enough. We have some main line. It looks like a Ruri based on first glance, and it is a Ruri. A Ruri with a5. So normally the pawn stays on a6 in most Ruri Lopez lines. You go a6, b5. and you play from there. But opting instead for a5. But black does have the two bishops, so one could argue that black's in good shape here. The threat is knight takes g3, and removing the defender of the knight on e5. Probably Botvinnik. No, I'm sure Botvinnik was a great rapid player, right? I don't know. I don't know when rapid chess became the fashion. I have no idea. Yeah, it was shocking. And it was like really well organized and everything. Black is down a pawn, true. But at the time when I said that he had the two bishops, he no longer has the two bishops. And he's just getting mated. Oh, this is so close to being a beautiful mating net. Like, imagine the work was on g3. Of course, the sensible thing would be to play queen g7 mate. But it's way cooler to play queen g8 and knight h7 mate. Um, he has a good chance of overtaking Min because Min is playing longer games. That's a good point. Yeah, it is only a 2 point gap, and Min has like his streak has failed. So this is a common technique to use in Bullet is to just anchor the piece, and then we're in good shape. Like right here, instead of dealing with like, oh, if I pre-move, can he catch my rook? Can he catch my pawn? You don't even have to count. You just put the rook on c3, and then there's nothing you can do. We're just gonna pre-move, and we're chilling. I believe it was on Wednesday, Akshay, but I don't remember for sure. I'm sure if like No Joke or someone else is here, they'll be able to answer that, but I don't remember for sure. But it was like literally a few days ago. But okay, what's happening in this game? Min is playing against this Belarusian I am, and I like Black's position again. Like the knight's gonna land on c4. I'm someone who plays the Caracan though, so I really enjoy these positions where I just get an anchor on c4. Am I a Bayern fan? No, I don't support any teams in Germany. Like if I guess if I had to pick one, probably Dortmund because I'm sure you guys can see my Coutinho jersey in the background. Back when Coutinho used to play for Liverpool, but like Jurgen Klopp used to be Dortmund's manager, so I think I'd be partial to Dortmund. Why? What about you, Akshay? A6 is hanging. He opts not to take it. Oh, he takes it this way. That's cool too. This should be a draw, but we'll see. Are 7 seconds enough for Min to flag? I don't know. Like this should be a draw. This should 100% be a draw. But knight e8, e4. Maybe White's pushing for a win. He shouldn't be. This should just be a pretty easy draw. Agreed. You're a Spurs fan, Brett? Unlucky. Klopp is so cool. Yeah, Klopp is awesome. Like ever since that 4-3 win at Dortmund, um, in 2014, well, I think maybe 2015. It's been awesome. Nice chessboard layout. Thank you. Um, I think this theme kind of it's not too straining on the eyes, which is better than most themes I normally use. If you guys see me normally streaming, I have a channel point redemption that's basically like, oh, you can change the board to whatever you want. How did that game end in a draw? How did that game end in a draw like that? Is more my question. I thought it was going to be a dead draw like here, but I was not expecting White to promote and then hang his queen. But I guess GM draws are getting very strange nowadays. Why are they playing like 1500s? It's because they've got 2 seconds on their clock. Um, so apparently IMs and GMs that with 2 seconds on their clock are still 1500 strength, which is kind of impressive. I go down to I don't know how to make legal moves when I have 2 seconds on my clock. So they're far better than me. Queen h4, I think is just extremely tempting. But I guess knight f8 is the point, yeah. And now white wants somehow to get a knight to f5. So I'm very tempted by like knight h4. Okay, the knight's gone. I guess the pawn can run all the way up to f6 as well. But I think Min has kind of messed up. I think Min has very much messed up. No, Andrew is like 2700. Andrew's probably stronger when he has 2 seconds on his clock. Like he's probably better off with 2 seconds than like in classical chess. Because he's insane. The stuff that he sees with like a split second is crazy. Yeah, exactly, Sky Money. It was all theory. Yeah, of course. That those are the new GM draws. Like you guys probably started watching. Like if you're newer to chess, when you started watching chess, classical chess was all the Berlin Queen D4, Queen E4 draws, and nowadays it's much more civilized. Like 70 move book draws where one side queens and blunders their queen. So chess has really evolved. This is a very nice trap, by the way. King e5 is met by knight d7, but knight d7 anyways, and white's gonna get a queen first. Ooh, he messed up. He should have gone king b1, but somehow he saved it anyways. Wow, how do you see stuff like that? Like my brain does not operate like knight c5. Knight c5 is not a move I'm ever considering. Like if anything here, I'm playing king b1 and then pushing. But the fact that he pushes, seeing knight c5 is insane, and the game's just over. But I guess this is why he's number one at the moment. Um, let's see. He's playing again. I mean, this might just be me co-streaming Min's games because he's kind of running away with it. He's already 6 points clear. If he wins this game, he's setting up another streak. Andrekin's lost 3 out of his last 4. I don't know. This could be the Min Lei show, especially if he sees moves like knight takes c5, taking advantage of the d pawn being pinned. That's crazy. You played Tang and Bullet, you beat him but got adopted. Dang. Hey, beating Andrew Tang and Bullet is very impressive. Like he is absolutely the fastest person. Like, yeah, it's crazy. That's true, D-Rod. There is plenty of time left. What you can't allow yourself to do in these type of events is tilt too early into the tournament. Can I make a low quality option? I don't know how to. I'm streaming via some software and I don't really know how it works. I'm sorry, Lolly. I'll have to let Lichess know though, because then maybe they'll be able to set it up for future streams. So Tibet would give his practice a lot. Dang. Okay, fair enough. I'm awful at hyperbullet. What's your like advice? Like how do you get faster with a mouse? Do you play other games? Yeah, yeah, okay. Excluding the keyboard players. But like Andrew still holds his own even against the keyboard players. So there's no option. Yeah, that's what I think he was saying as well. I don't know how to. I'm sorry. It's I don't think it's on my end. It might be on my end. Just watch on YouTube. There you can see. Okay, yeah. If you guys are more than welcome to watch on YouTube. Maybe I should keep the YouTube chat open as well. I'll see. I'll probably do more streams on Lichess, so in the future I'll try to make sure I have the YouTube chat open as well. I forgot that it was being streamed on both. My bad. Honestly, you want? Ah, okay. Nice. Yeah, I've got a gaming mouse. It's just my hands are not made for gaming yet. My hands are made for like moving over the board pieces because that's what I grew up on. They're not quite like flicking from one side to the other side. Like I'm not playing a. Some of these players play this like they're playing CS or something. It's crazy, but they're actually just playing a board game. Um. Oh well, thanks, D-Rod. I appreciate it. Competing with the Chiquitas is very. That's a very high standard. But let's see. Um. Okay, it looks like White's definitely in good shape here. Gaming mouse is overrated. I have no idea. I have a gaming mouse, but I've not had any other mouses before that, so I don't really know. Any mice? Jeez. I apologize again for any grammatical errors, but yeah. Sometimes when my mind goes a bit too fast for my mouth. Coutinho is in Bayern, true, but there's no one I really like on the current Liverpool squad as much as I liked Coutinho back when he used to play for us. So I've considered buying a new kit, But the only one I'd consider is, I don't know, maybe Salah. Maybe Salah. I do stream on my own channel like every day, but I don't stream. I've only been streaming for maybe like 6 months or so. But right now, anytime people need like commentary or things like that, I'm always game because I really don't have anything else to do. Let's see. Who's starting? Is Chicago's game going on right now? Oh, ended in mate. Nice. What's my own channel? I believe it should be under this command. But yeah, I'm a national master. I'm not the world's best chess player, but I'm about like 2500 bullet, blitz, and rapid on Lichess. And so most days I'll be playing against chat. So if you guys want to get a game in, you're more than welcome to shoot me one. They can't mate with two queens. That's true. That is true. So I guess if you're a keyboard player, you should under promote the second one to a rook. That is a nasty move. Queen e6, and you take the queen, but how are we... Somehow this game is equal? That is perplexing to me. Well, okay, I'm not this good is what I mean. Like, the chess that you're seeing today is far better than the chess that you'll see, like, if I'm the one playing. That's what I mean, Tafaska. Rook c7. Rook c7 is lights out. Okay. I've never seen anyone play that mating pattern that fast. That was nuts. Dude, Min is just insane. I'm telling you, he's on, like, crazy form today. And nobody is catching him. Okay, let's take a look at some other games, just so that I'm not literally just co-streaming Min's games. Let's see how Jigalgo converts this. Yeah, I didn't realize, rats. Like, that mating pattern was a blind spot to me. Rook d1 check? Okay. Oh, I guess rook d1 check, the problem is at the end he has bishop d6. But that was nuts. Oh, he's starting rook h6 mate. Oh my goodness. And somehow he gets out of it using the discovery check by the rook. But both players are playing like they're... I don't understand. How do you move this fast? Queen? But some of these players are absolutely insane. Like, I don't know what's in the water, but like this front page of players, every single game that we've seen has been like incredible. Let's see. I think this is Amin Tabatabai. And I don't remember who Arm is, but they both are around 3,000 rated, and they've played each other 17 times. How many? How come every time? Because I said he was gonna. Someone asked me at the start who my pick to win the tournament was, Rats, and I said Jigalgo, and so now every time I look at his games, he loses. Like, I guess caster curse exists in chess as well, but like legitimately starting from the very first game that I saw, it's just been all over. A lot of them do mouse training. Ooh, I might have to Google that, D-Rod. I am horrendous when it comes to like hyperbullet and stuff. I think I'm maybe like 1500 on a good day in hyperbullet. I just we're no longer playing chess, we're just making random moves. Um why are we not just queening the a pawn? I'm so confused. He could have queened the a pawn like 7 times. Like there were many occasions where you just play a7. Um like even here, but I guess he doesn't want to queen. And somehow the only way that white can win now is by flagging. Yeah. And I mean white loses anyways, so unlucky. You 2000 on bullet, lead chest 1400 ultra. Jeez. That's what I mean though. It's like ultra bullet is a whole nother animal. Let's see if we can catch. Ah, someone has to just start, right? Okay, I'll see if I can catch Arjun's next game. I don't know where he's fallen to. Is he playing right now? Let's see it. Ooh, he's berserking. He wants to try and make a comeback back into like the top page. Because there is no way that he should be outside of the top page. Might not be the best tournament for him, but he's berserking to try and claw his way back. Imagine berserking against a 2800, chat. That is like preposterous. I know he has the white pieces, but like still. Did Nihal pause? Let me check. Um Nihal Surin, he is in 20th. No, he's not paused. He had a streak of many, many losses in between, which is crazy because we saw him earlier and he was like top 5 throughout the first 15 games or so. And then in the middle section, I think he has 1 win and 2 draws out of like 7 or 8 games, which is not normal to say the least. But we're seeing a lot of upsets. Like, I think Min is just running away with it. And I've been saying that for like the last half an hour, and I don't think anything's changed. I don't think he's letting up anytime soon. He's got his second already, like 7 game streak of the tournament, and it's his tournament, and we're all just living in it. Bishop h6 is very tempting. He doesn't go for it. Okay, I guess maybe like queen h4, queen h6 is the idea. And if h5 would go queen g5, queen. This is just over. He's at 3200 performance. Jeez, man. He's insane. Oh, wow. White could have lost that game in horrendous fashion and somehow wins. But right here, he pre-moved h4 not expecting the queen to get captured. So black had one move to just move the queen wherever they want. But instead, black expects the queen to get recaptured, so he pre-moves king f6. This is one of those games where, like, you tell someone that a GM's playing an IM and they're just extremely confused. Um, Admittedly, in Bullet, this happens all the time, but it's just funny. It's funny trying to explain how online or like speed chess works, especially to people who grew up, let's say, playing exclusively classical, um, because so much of the emphasis is on the clock. Like when you're playing a classical game of chess around move 40 or so, you'll probably get in some time pressure. But your time pressure is not like 0.01 seconds. Your time pressure might be like 2 minutes. Um, so it's a completely different environment. And it's crazy, in my opinion at least. Like the most impressive part about all of this is how they're able to keep it up. Like it's not like they're playing one game at 3000 level and then they fall off. But like Min has played, how many games has he played? He's played 33 games at a 3300 level. Like that's nuts. Why am I not playing? Because I think if I was only showing like 2600 gameplay, it would be a lot worse than this. I also am not capable of like keeping stamina for this long. Like I don't know how the players play it. Yeah, Rook GF4 was insane, but unfortunately it's not gonna work out because Prague is too good. Pragnananda is able to like just weave his way through this position. Rook GF4, the idea is when the pawn takes, we have discoveries um, with the rook. And that's about it. But he's too good. Let's see. Maybe we'll see Min's next game. Old Walter, obviously that's not what I meant. Chicago does stop his streak though. I don't know if you guys can see this. There's a smaller standing screen, so whenever we're playing, you guys can keep up with the standings or watching games. But Min has lost a game, chat. It's been a very long time, but he's lost a game after winning 7 straight. Um, I guess that was another jinx because I distinctly remember saying this is the second time that he's won 7 games in a row, and then he promptly lost. So maybe I should stop hyping people up because then they lose. Okay though. I think this should be a draw. Of course, if black wants a draw, you can just go bishop takes e5. What was my Lichess didn't exist when, or well, it did exist, but I wasn't on Lichess when I broke NM, Tandre. I've been in NM since 2014, no 2013, and I think I made my Lichess account in maybe 2015, maybe even later. So unfortunately, I don't have a good measure of what my rating was before I broke NM. Queen c2 is a very tempting move. But you have to be careful because as soon as the queen moves, this queen is going to jump into e5. Like, if you take this pawn, this queen is jumping into e5. So that's why he comes back to c7. It's just let's avoid that. Um, but dude, Min is just he's owning. I don't understand how this is even possible. How is he gonna? He might actually win this game. Queen c8 is very tempting. Okay, that's awesome. Good luck. It's very like it's doable if you put in the time. Queen d4 isn't mate, unfortunately. Why am I not pushing for IM? Basically like high school happened and then college happened, and I just graduated from college actually in May. Um, so this last month, a bit of the itch has come back. Like maybe I start Queen e3 is mate. Okay. Hello? Maybe they are a bit fatigued because this is just mate in one. Okay. And he had like 13 seconds left. That's a bit crazy. Thank you. Yeah. So maybe in the near future I'll start going back to tournaments, but I don't know. We'll see, Mayank. I don't know what my plan is for the time being. Oh my gosh. Uh Maybe that was all calculated. Like when you see mate in one chat, look for better. So when you could have played mate in one on move, what move was it? On move 53? Instead, look for better, which is play 23 more moves and then flag your opponent with only a bishop and get the win anyways. That's brilliant. Um, okay, we'll see. This game could be the start of a switch. Min has won, or Min has lost 2 games in a row. Yeah, you couldn't tell based on the hair alone. No, I'm joking. Obviously, I watch a lot of chess streamers, but Min has lost 2 games in a row. So if Andrekin's gonna come back, now's the time. I think if he wins this game, he's got a shot. I don't know if he can win this game. His king is so unsafe. Rook c1? Ah, queen f7, knight g6, of course. That's a cute mate. So if takes, king's forced back to h8, and the knight and the queen work perfectly well in tandem to force a mate. Instead, we get the most convoluted minor piece exchange. And rook f2 is met by rook e2, of course. So this game should peter out to a draw. But as I say that, Andrekin hangs the rook and resigns. I should stop talking. Every time I say something, like, I don't know. It just goes the opposite way. It's like, I don't get it. Like, this is the chance for Min to throw, and then he promptly wins in that fashion. Oh my goodness. Yeah, exactly. Commentator's curse. Knight d4. Okay, goes for rook d4. Bishop h6 is what I would love to play here as black, but no, I don't believe so. I don't think there are any yeah, that's what I was thinking as well, but I thought it would have more to do with the clock, Murtia, than him just hanging a rook. Andrekin's made a few like very subpar moves. And he's still in second place, so he's doing something right. But no, I don't think you can get a title for only playing Blitz. I'm not sure about every federation, of course, but at least in the States and for FIDE, I believe the only titles are given out for classical chess. Draken is no Artemiev. What is Artemiev's name on this? Is he playing? Is Artemiev playing? Because I haven't been able, or I don't know what his name is on Lichess, to be honest. But I know Artemiev is like, he's like Chess Elephant or something, right? I think. Something like that. I don't know. No, he's not playing? Okay. But he's extremely strong as well. Sib Elephant. Okay. That's what it is. Thank you, Rats. I can't believe Min is still playing on. Like, I would have resigned 5 times by now. Like, why are we still playing this? I don't get it. Am I not playing? No, I'm not this time. I figured I've peaked last time. Oh, that's a very cute mate. The bishop on g8 is just controlling. That's a very cool mate. Um, but no, I think I peaked last time. So okay, we'll see if Andrejkin can get his revenge. He's Kona Vlad. Gotcha. Thank you, Chess Bones. Appreciate it. Um, yeah, I guess I got them confused. Apologies. Queen e4 threatening just mate in one. That's it. And g5 wins a piece, but I don't know if you want this piece. Like queen g6 check, or is he gonna play for? Wow, that is so creative. H4 now. Yep. And I'm gonna long castle next move probably. Maybe king d2. No, he just keeps going. Tang is +3 in their game. Man, yeah, I don't think he'll be able to finish in time, unfortunately. That's unfortunate, but oh well. We get a new face on top. I don't know if Min has won one of these before, because normally you've got like your Magnuses or your Penguin or Danya. One of them will play? But this time it's just the Min Lei show. Like there's everyone else is just kind of here for the ride, but he's owning. How much time? There's 46 minutes left in order for like a dramatic comeback to happen. But we'll see. He's definitely won a title arena, but you know. Okay, gotcha. Thank you. Rook d6, rook takes d6. This is like spectacular. People would be proud of these moves in a classical game of chess. The way that he's converting this. And he's doing it in bullet. What's up, Momlu? How are you doing? But yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying your Saturday. I don't know if y'all are football fans, but I woke up this morning and just watched the footy for like 5 hours and then hopped on here to watch some chess. Um, Today I get to be a pure spectator of everything. Let's see. Andrejkin he's fallen to fourth, so we'll see. But the Germany Portugal game was absolutely nuts, with Germany scoring 5 goals. Just unfortunate that two of them were on the wrong net. Yeah, never play f6. Why is there a pawn on f6? How has this happened? Association football? Sure. Yeah, I was watching some soccer this morning. Germany scored 4. Yeah. That was the joke was that it ended oh, sorry. I meant they scored Portugal scored 4 goals. It just so happened two of them were on the wrong net. So because the game ended 4-2. No, Portugal scored 2 own goals. I just apparently my English is very struggling today. Which European soccer country do I support? I've not really like I guess the Netherlands. I guess, but not really. Um because Genie's left to PSG and um Van Dijk is injured, so I don't really have any like association with the Netherlands. But we'll see. He goes for Queen C1 instead of opting for the. So what I do is I castle and I give them the poison B pawn. Often you can just like give up the B pawn because you get tricks like this. And now we'll see. Why are these guys playing so fast? There's no reason to. They can slow down. Yeah, they drew against Hungary today. That too, even Hungary was up 1-0 at some point in time. I do stream, yeah. So this is that's my Twitch. And I try to stream like every day. But these games are much higher rated and usually much higher quality. De Jong is insane. Um yeah, both Frankie and I guess Luke De Jong as well. And isn't there a third De Jong? Isn't um Nigel De Jong also exist? The guy who got a red card in like the World Cup final? Yeah, that's what I was thinking, but I couldn't remember if his last name was also De Jong. But okay, Brett. So I was right on that. I don't know the Dark Eyed King. I don't know how that works. Like if you have the the financial ability to get the wings. You could get the wings, but I don't know. Um, okay, let's watch Arjun versus Mr. Minlay again. What's up, Amal? How are you doing? How's your day been? Guess knight c5 is some idea in these positions, but mainly black just wants to get his king safe. Because if you're able to get king safety, then the pieces come alive. You have a job, you'll get the wing. That's awesome. And if queen c5, they probably take back with the knight, and then if e5, this this is a very common mistake that a lot of beginner players will play. Is they'll play the move e5 and just allow the d5 square to just own. What do you think about that? What do you think about players who play bishop h2 to trick play? What do you mean? What do you mean bishop h2 to trick players? Like great gift sacrifices, or when do they go bishop h2? Yeah, the devs on rook g2, that's GG's. Dude, who's gonna catch him? I don't know if anyone's gonna catch him, chat. I think it's over. But I don't know. There's still 40 minutes left, but just momentum wise, it looks a bit scary. Let's see if Jigalga convert this game. Better player than you. Wait, why did you spell then wrong? How I can't believe you've done this. Um yeah, I can't believe you spelled the wrong then. You'll gift him wings. Well, that's awesome of you, chat. Okay, let's go. Yeah, he's got a huge lead and there's not much time left. So, I guess anything is possible technically, as Kevin Garnett once famously said. Um but I don't know if it's possible here. What's he's trying for queen d6, queen f8. Tricky. Taking advantage of the fact that the knight's pinned and rook f4 is just mate next move, so white resigns in lieu of that. Oh, I don't know if I can permit you. I'm sorry, Joker Wings, but yeah, I mean, I'm a huge basketball fan. I don't know if you there's a jersey next to the Coutinho jersey that's a Luka Doncic one. Because I'm born and raised in Dallas, so I've been a huge Mavericks fan my whole life. Oh, I can? Okay. I don't know how long it permits you for. It wasn't an important link? Okay, gotcha. Um, well, there are plenty of mods here. Thank you. There's also Moobot and Nightbot. That seems like a conflict of interest, but fair enough. So will you have to test it just for the sake of our sanity, Joker Wings. Can you try sending the link in 61 seconds perhaps? Just to see whether Moobot takes priority or Nightbot takes priority? Then Bishop H2 against Bishop H3 maybe then Tanjay. I get what you mean. Yeah. So like when they pre-move Fianchetto, you pre-move Bishop H3 and take the bishop. That's what he's talking about. No, I think it's just a trick. Um yeah. Nightbot takes it. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I get what you're talking about. No, I don't think anything of them. They're just trying something. Like 99% of the time that won't work. Like if you go into a bullet game with that being your only strategy, it most likely will not work. But on the off chance that you're the victim of someone doing that, it can be very tilting. I feel for you if that's happened to you. I used to play the King's Indian a lot, so this happened to me all the time, where I would pre-move g6 and they would go bishop h6 and I would be very annoyed. But it's part of the game, right? Like if we didn't want to deal with that, we would just be civilized classical chess players. But instead we're here playing bullet and hyper bullet and stuff. And that's just a part of the game, unfortunately. You're a Lakers fan, said something? Oof. Somehow somehow you guys had a worse season than us. Like or a worse playoff than us. What's up, GM Hunter? How's it going? Um, Knight d2 probably, but knight d2 d5. I really like black's position here. Like, I think he's done everything right. He's up a pawn. There's double G pawns. I don't know. I don't want to say anything because every time I say something, it goes wrong. But we'll just wait and watch. Um, yeah. I don't want to jinx it again, but this might be a chance. This might be a small chance. Exactly, old. Bishop e6 f5 was a good way to lose the game. But black again is still playing for a win, which is shocking. Because normally when I'm spectating and saying that he's going to play for a win, they just like hang mate. But he hasn't hung anything yet. It still looks like black is in good shape. Two best players out? What do you expect? No, I'm just saying it's funny because of how Lakers fans are. They're like some of the most, what do you call it? Expressive like fan bases in all of basketball. So that's the part that just makes it funny. Queen g3, GG's. Wow. Okay, let's go. Bortnik helping out a little bit. Bortnik is nowhere to be found. He's in 7th place. He's in 7th place. I don't think he's capable of catching, but maybe he's opened the door for Mr. Arm. Who is Arm? Is this like a Ronian or someone? No, it's Hike Maritosian. I'm sorry, I've probably butchered that name, but let's take a look at how Min is gonna do. He gets back-to-back whites though. That could have been a huge opportunity for him. But if he goes 0 for 2 with double whites, psychologically it could be in really bad shape. Magnus just joined? Really? I have no idea. Uh, Neither of his normal accounts are there. So I don't know. Arm is a GM, yeah. He is a very strong player. It's just I don't know how to pronounce his name. He's in Paris? Oh yeah, of course. I forgot the GCT thing was coming. It's 2,600 feet. It makes a lot of sense then. Why he's this good. Yeah, I can't find him personally, the Sonics. Um, but that isn't to say that he's not here. And if anyone's gonna do it, it's gonna be him. There's some very interesting stuff here with like A2. Yep. And maybe like I want to try and reroute the knight to dislodge this one. But I don't think it's possible. Like I think this rook is kind of useless on AA. I know it's defending the pawn, but the pawn's not being attacked. So there we go. And we're in great shape. I was thinking about the supersonics. Oh man. All of this basketball talk has got me confused. But that's what I thought his name was for whatever reason. This is just game over. Back to back losses with the white pieces. That's crazy. Yeah, for real, Dark Red King. Now we just Queen LaPawn. Oh my gosh. Okay. Just take and we're in good shape. I can't even begin to commentate over this. I don't know what's happening. What is this nonsense? There's no way, right? I don't know what to say. Like, I assume Min's gonna flag. Okay, he flagged. All right. That was terrifying. Like, look at how fast do you have to be to almost hold this game? This is the position, chat. This was the position on move 72. And he survived until move 114, where he flagged. How? How does that even happen? Wait, Nihal's fallen to 29th? Oh no. What happened? Last we saw he was in 20th. And then before that, when we saw he was in 6th. Oh my gosh. Yeah, against the 2900 GM as well. That's very impressive. But I wonder. Oh, Arm lost though. So the distance is still being maintained. Okay. How's White gonna convert this game? I guess you move the bishop, trade off one pair of rooks. Probably bishop c1. Yeah. Um, and now take on g5. 94. Oh my gosh, the tricks. They got me for sure, but I wasn't expecting them to get him. This is the bad part, is whenever I say a move and then they play it, I'm like momentarily afraid that something like this will happen. Don't go king c3. Okay. Knights are very tricky pieces, especially in bullet. Like, I wonder, I don't know if anyone's ever done this, but I wonder if one of these GMs or super strong players will ever make like a tier list, but for chess pieces. Which I know you might be thinking that's a really dumb thing. Like, the pieces all have values. We've learned about it before. When I was like 4 years old, I learned that, like, no, no, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying in bullet, if the pieces could have different values. Because, like, I don't think a knight and the bishop are worth the same in bullet. So I don't know. Like, maybe Penguin or someone could do that in the future. But I'd be very intrigued because I don't know what they're thinking. I'm not, like, this level of speed. No, I don't play over the board, like, at all, really. Barring a few collegiate events, and I actually got invited a few years back to play in the U.S. Junior Championships. Um, it was me, like, Penguin was there, for example. It was 10 players, and I was the lowest rated by like 200 points. But somehow I got an invitation by winning an entry tournament. Wait, I just saw something that I should not have seen. Look at this, chat. I'm sorry, this isn't a live game, but what on earth am I witnessing? Is everyone throwing to help Min Lei win? So Min is playing with the white pieces here, and I just saw it out of the corner of my eye. Then black flagged. What? What is happening today? I don't know what I've signed up for, but like, these games are way more wild than I'm usually accustomed to them being. This is a 3,000 almost player with black who decides to BM with four queens and then doesn't upset the guy in first place. Ah, so Min gets his chance. Will he use it? I don't know. It is a bizarre world for sure. D4? It just seemed deliberate. No, no, no. Like, definitely not on purpose, but it's still just insane. Because all of these players want to catch. Like, the guy who he drew, Georg Meyer, is in 15th right now. Like, that win, he was already on a streak. He could have just won, like, a game, get four more points, and catch up. A little bit of a throw there, I guess. Yeah, exactly. He went for the BM points, and unfortunately they didn't work out. If this knight can somehow get to D2, that's mate. Um, okay, well, now it's not mate. But in that particular configuration, if the knight was on D2, it was mate. That's something that a lot of people get really good at. Like, I'm okay at it, but these like super super strong players are incredible at just pattern recognition. They'll be like, "Oh, these pieces are set up like this. Maybe I can win by like how do I get my piece from where it is right now to the square where this tactic would work out?" That's something that they do like exceptionally well. Ooh, let's see this game between MSB and Pragnananda. We haven't seen, or we've seen a few games by Prague, but not too many. Created a Connect 8 masterpiece. Was it on the diagonal? Or was it on a row, Akash? I'm curious. Also, how's your tournament going if you're playing in this? I assume this arena. You smother made it nice. Smothered mates are a lot of fun. Straight on a rank. Ooh! Dang, okay. Did you win the game? I don't know if that's important though. I think getting Connect 8 is more important than winning. Um there's no way to guard C6. Game's over. He just resigns. Wow, with 41 seconds on the clock, opts to resign, go next. Which is crazy, because, like, a lot of these players don't resign. Like, we watched Min not resign down four queens. And maybe that's why he's in first, is because he never resigns. I don't know. Yeah, you can send the link. You're more than welcome to. Bishop d3 is what I'd be tempted to play. Try and, like, reroute the pieces to mate on h7. But I don't know if that's doable. Might be a bit too chaotic. Just was messing around, circed and lost. Ah, gotcha. Yeah, these tournaments can get out of hand pretty fast because all of the players playing in them are like, if not professional chess players, like semi-professional chess players. So if you try to be too creative, your opponents might not reciprocate. Yeah, exactly. There's no easy games. Oh, I really wanted Rook D1 to work, but I don't think it did. Hmm. Just looked like a very fun tactic. Queen can return now back to G3. He opts not to. Wow, pieces come off the board, and now I actually don't hate. No, okay, I still do hate White's position. He's not going to resign, though. Min just doesn't resign. What the heck? His opponent has 5 seconds here. There's no way that... Okay. Alright. I guess never resign does have its benefits. But maybe not in that game. Let's see if Andreykin can claw it back. Andreykin's fallen a little bit. Remember what I was saying, chat? Where, like... I don't know. It just feels like he's a bit off from his normal, like, super strength. And he's fallen all the way down to 6th, which is some of the lowest that I've seen from him. Yeah. That's the problem with the King's Indian from my point of view, is everyone has their own refutation to the kid. And as someone who used to play the King's Indian like exclusively in classical chess, it was extremely difficult because every game you'd come into it and your opponent would have prepared like 30 moves. And you have to prepare 30 moves for every single one of those variations to stay alive. But every once in a while you get to play bishop takes h3 and then it's worth it. Like it makes all of the losses worth it just to get one. Wait, no, rook f7. Wait, did rook f7 not work? Maybe it didn't work. Okay. Ah, he goes for it now. Well, queen f7 is mate. You had to go king f6 and take on g5. What is happening? Like you have to go king f6 here. It's probably lost, but you have to. You can't hang mate in one. What is this tournament, chat? I'm so confused. But okay, let's see if Bortnik can win another game against. Yeah, but it's not even about bravery. It's just like the other option is mate in one. Bortnik might be able to. The last time we saw, he did beat Min. This might be like a late game comeback. Wow. Wow. Maybe I wrote the field off too fast, chat. Like, oh, this is a beautiful mating pattern. Pawns guard all the squares. Rook just delivers the check. Okay. Let's see if Pragnananda can win with white here. We might be seeing a shift. He's won 1 game out of his last 6. Min has after just sweeping through the field. It's kind of letting up right at the death, and Arm is only 11 points behind, which he's on a streak, so that's 3 wins and he takes the lead. It could happen. We kind of like I wrote him off. I wrote everyone off when Min was up like 30 points. Like I thought it was just Dunzo. But they're coming back with a vengeance. Knight takes f4 here. Nice. That's okay. That's GG's. Alright, Min's stabilizing at least a little bit. Knight takes f4 was a great spot. This is again another one of those. The only pin that's decisive is the pin on the king. Every other pin you can move out of it. You're just told not to move out of it because you lose a queen. But unless you pin to the king, it might be worth it to consider moving the piece that's currently pinned. I don't know. It's a very situational thing. At 20 minutes, these guys are all going to be berserking. Yeah, could be. Um, I don't think Min will, but I do agree. Like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 will probably just send it because there's not that big of a gap between third and like even 10th. Like the gap between third and 10th is pretty close to the gap between first and third. So I wouldn't be surprised if some of these guys like Um, Arjun for sure, Dropstone, Pragnananda, all of them. I wouldn't be surprised if they're able to just claw it back. What's up, Badger? I appreciate you giving a sub to Lichess. Lichess again, chat, for somehow if you guys have made it here without knowing what Lichess are, that's shocking because this is their Twitch channel. But they're an open source, free to play chess site. And you get all the benefits just for being here, which is awesome. Yeah, Rapid doesn't work well with arenas because then everyone berserks and then it just turns into a blitz arena. And at that point, you might as well just do a blitz arena. Dude, Min he's kind of edging away again. He's kind of just edging away. I don't know. Is Arm playing a game right now? Arm versus Chicago. This could be the last chance. If Arm's not able to pull out a win here, this might be all she wrote. I don't know. There's still 20 seconds. Wait, he hung a rook. What are you doing, Chicago? He's keeping the tournament alive, but not for himself. He's just keeping it alive for the field, I guess, at this point. Yeah, king takes d4 and we're good. Looks like you tried to wear something nice? No, I'm just wearing a polo, Mr. Rex Rex. And more than often, if I wear something nice, I will give up a third of the way through. But if someone doesn't berserk, it's an easy win? What do you mean? What do you mean if someone doesn't berserk? The new puzzle formats? Yeah. Everything like that. Knight takes e4. What a spicy move. I don't know if it works though. I still think white might be slightly for choice. But it was a very interesting move. I'd go rook takes d2 here, yeah. And now try and reroute maybe like okay. And the game's over. I was gonna say try and reroute the queen out of the pin, but instead he opts not to do that and just instead resigns. Oh man. I'm trying, chat. Maybe I should be rooting for Min. Maybe that's the solution. Like maybe rooting for him is the only way to get him to lose at this point. Because the last little bit I've been rooting against him and then it doesn't matter. New question, what does the flame mean in the tournament standings? So the flame means they're currently on a streak, Sid. So basically how arenas work on Lichess is if you win 2 games in a row, your third win gives you double points. Or it adds 2 to your points, actually. It doesn't give you double. Um, so if you berserk and win, instead of getting 3, you'll get 5. And if you don't berserk and win, instead of getting 2, you'll get 4. But that streak lasts as long as you keep winning. Even a draw breaks the streak. So all of these players, you can see some of the numbers are in orange, and that means that they won a game while on a winning streak. But then once they like lose the winning streak, then it falls off. He won the warm up. Wow, I didn't know that, Nuno. I had no idea of that. But that's very good information to have. That explains maybe like he could be in first if he had not played 2 hours before this. Maybe he's getting a bit tired, but he's kind of heating up near the end here. I don't know. I think he could do it. He's only 7 points behind, but he needs everyone else to help him out. Like, Bortnik needs to go 3 out of 3. They've played each other already 2 times at least in this event, and Bortnik has won both of them. So he needs another win here in order to give Arm a chance. I would take the queen. Okay, he opts not to, but I would have definitely taken the queen. Because now I'm scared of like a rook takes b7. Just at some point in time, I would get rid of this bishop. This bishop is causing a lot of harm. Okay, he doesn't. We'll see. I guess you never open this diag, you'll never have any problem. Wait, how did I miss the diag twice? If you have never opened this diag, you'll never have any problems. And it looks like it's going to be a flag situation. As to who gets the flag, I don't know. Ooh. Okay, Bortnik might go 3 out of 3 against Min. Bortnik might be the only reason this tournament's still going on. I know he's in 3rd place, and of course, major props to Arm for catching. But he's having a good showing, at least against the top dog. But okay, let's see. If Andreikin with the white pieces can get another win. Ah, but he's kind of fallen off. I thought Andre can last. So the at the start when we saw him, he was in second. He was the chase, and now he's kind of fallen off. So maybe we'll actually skip out on this game and see the game everyone wants to see: Arm versus Minlay. And if Arm can pull this off, he takes the lead. Chat. Min has been in the lead from when this tournament started. Like, legitimately within the first 10 minutes, he was in first place. But one loss here, and it might be all over. Okay. I mean, White's doing incredibly well. This knight's coming into g5 next move. We're going to get some takes on h7 or f7. I don't see how he stops queen h6. That was a really good resource. But Min is just far too creative. Yeah, this is like, what is this bishop doing here on b7? I don't know. Although Arm is not going out without a fight. Knight e4 is a brilliant move because if takes, this bishop does come back to life. But now Black's got 2 pieces and a rook for a queen and like 17 pawns. So I don't know. Objectively, probably equal. But I would definitely prefer to play with Black here. Because if these pieces come alive, like rook e7 maybe? Okay. Well, I guess we get that trade. That trade's not really too bad. Queen c6, king f5, and the knight conveniently guards d5. I'd go rook e6 here. But now g4 is actually a problem. Okay, this might just be a perpet. No, he goes for g4. So White's playing for a win, absolutely. But I think Black is one or two moves. Like, if you pick up one of these 3 pawns, I think Black is playing for a win. The question is, can you do that safely? Because now the king's venturing off into unknown territory. And I don't know if that's a good idea. Why is... Oh my gosh, that's over. Dang it. Okay, it's fine. 15 minutes. 15 minutes is plenty of time. That was the game, chat. I know I'm not rooting for anyone in particular, but that would have been a hell of a comeback. Wait. Is this still theory? I don't understand. Why did we just give up f7? Maybe just a mouse slip? Maybe these guys play... I don't know. Scandi players are crazy, I guess. This can't be right. White is surely completely winning. Black doesn't even have castle rights. He killed a 7-game streak. Dang. Dude, okay, this is game over, though. The knight can't move because it's stuck to guard e7, which was mate, by the way. So he was forced to play bishop f6. But I'm surprised he doesn't resign here. Like, if I'm Min here, I resign and I go next. But he's big fan of no resigning, I guess. Maybe it'll be his downfall, though. Hopefully Zhigalgo doesn't throw again. Every time I spectate Zhigalgo, he throws. Okay, he wins this one, though. Let's go. Min never resigns. Yeah. He lost the first game and have another game tomorrow. Any tips is to try and... How much time do you have, Truelander? Because I assume you're not playing... Bullet. So, how much time are these games? Also, what's up, Chess Donkers? Yeah, Min does never resign, but he gets rewarded with a 2800, only a 2800 FM. An hour and 30 minutes. Well, then I think the key thing is time management if you're playing against stronger players. So what you don't want to do is burn a lot of clock in the opening, but it's kind of like a sense of when you think you're in danger, be willing to put in that extra like 10, 15 minutes on a move just to make sure that your position is stable. Because what a lot of people do when they're playing someone lower rated, knight takes c7, oh, he missed that. He should have gone queen takes d5. Right here, you go queen takes d5 and like maybe it's not that bad. In fact, black's probably just better. No, black's probably not better. Yes. Yes, they are the same person. I think. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure they're the same person. Okay, well, we're gonna watch this quick Nihal game, and then I'll go back to like the top dogs because chat wanted to watch some games against Nihal. You won your round 4 game. Congrats, man. What are you on now? Like 3.5 out of 4 or something? That's insane. What rating am I at? My bullet is like 2570. I almost broke 26 on stream the other day. Um, but unfortunately, I fell just short. Okay, 94 is very good. Well, I don't think your rating should matter when you're trying to play higher rated opponents. I think, but okay, f5 is a great move, and Nihal should win this game pretty convincingly. Now the threat is knight f3 check and then some discovery, and the game's over. Yeah, 4 hours of bullet and then arm surviving to like convincingly second place. I don't. I hope he can win it. If he can win it, that would be so insane. Ah, okay. Then what I would recommend is when you're playing online, just practice with a board. So that way you get more used to like feeling the pieces and like the board being 3D and all of that. Okay, we can look at this game. Um, this is gonna be a long game. A long game by bullet standards, of course. So maybe that gives Arm enough time to catch up. But Arm has, in his last 3 games, he's lost 2 and drawn 1. So bishop takes g6 is very tempting. Okay, bishop c4 check, king f5 though, yeah. And you can't take. I think maybe he hallucinated he could play fg, but the pawn's pinned, unfortunately. King f2, nice. Min's just gonna flag him. Yeah, this game's over. This game is absolutely over. Unless? No, there's no way, right? That would be such a heroic comeback if he's able to recover this game. No, it doesn't happen. Yeah, but I don't know if you'll be able to see your opponent's accounts. I don't know. In most of the tournaments that I play, sure. Most of the tournaments that most other people play, maybe. But let's see. Is Arm playing a game right now? He is. Can Arm convert this? No. Oh man. I think that one loss has kind of tilted him, I guess. One draw in the last 4 games. Right at the end he stumbles. But he has apparently been playing chess for 4 hours. So yeah, that's not that crazy. Like 4 hours of bullet against 3,000 opposition. It's not that surprising that he falls off a little bit. But hey, it happens. Unfortunately, I think Min has kind of secured it. Arm would need to win 3 games, and it doesn't look like it's possible. Although Chessfist is kind of making a game out of this. Let's go. Queen h3 check probably. Okay, rook f4 is very like sharp. There's no reason to be this sharp, but I think it could work. What is harder mentally, one classical game or 4 hours of bullet? For me, 4 hours of bullet is definitely harder because you're playing a different opponent every time. And like if you're playing one classical game, sure it might take 5 or 6 hours, but you're not like your opponent is also there for 5 or 6 hours, if that makes sense, Greg. Like sure your mental toll might be like very significant, but so is theirs. Whereas in this case, like maybe people are only playing the titled arena, or maybe they join late. Um, so all of your opponents will be different. But that was a very nice find. Oh, that's a cute mate. Rook h4. Come on. You gotta play it out. This guy never resigns unless it's mate in one. Dang. That was a cool mate. Well, at least we can see it over the board. Is Arm playing? Arm's playing Zhigalgo. And he should win this game. And he's up on time. Can he win, though? Can he convert this? The FM has opened the door for him. He's got a chance now. Rook h6. Oh, come on. Okay, we're playing for the flag. It's fine. Rook h6 is just mate. What is happening today? He spent like a second too. I know he saw it. But it's fine. And it looks like this game is resigns. No, no, no. You better not stall. Just resign. Or maybe you should stall. No, no, no. Stall. Stall, give other players a chance. Like, just sit here for a minute. This guy's Arm's biggest fan. He's gonna sit here. Ah, he resigned. Dang it. Okay. So Min, if he wins one more game, stalling is never good for you. Agreed. But stalling could have helped Arm catch up. Neophyte. Of course, from his point of view, stalling is very bad. But from my point of view as an unbiased spectator, it would be fun to see it come down to like the last game. Even though he wouldn't be involved in that last game. Okay, let's see. Bortnik is berserking, and he's got a very nice position. This is a very like Caracan-esque structure. But what is this bishop doing here? I don't know. Like rook b4? Okay, he goes pawn to b4. I don't like pawn to b4. Um, I don't think White's played this exactly correct, but he's still got a very nice position. Rook c8 mate is the threat, of course. Um, because yeah, I think he's got a great position, admittedly, but I don't think it's winnable. Rook c8 now. Everything gets traded off. Oh, take the queen. But the problem is he's got 5 seconds left. This is another case of like berserking coming back to haunt. Because I mean, Bortnik's play. Wait, Bortnik can win this. Like very few people in the world can win this, but Bortnik can win this, even with 1 second left. Oh my goodness, he actually did it. The madman. Okay, there's a chance. There is still a chance. He had 5 seconds left in this position, chat. He had 5 seconds, and he won against like 30. Jeez, this is what I mean. Some of these players are like just pure speed. Unfortunately, Arm lost, so Arm needs to beat the Finnish international master Torvo. But we'll see if it's doable. He needs to win with the black pieces here. I don't know. He's got his chance, but I don't know if even winning is enough. Unfortunately. Like there might just not be enough time left. There's 5 minutes and 30 seconds, but I don't know what's gonna happen. Torbok is good. This is my one flex, chat. I've not flexed all day today. This is my one flex. Okay? But now we go back. I don't know how, but I think he probably berserked against me. I don't remember the game. But Spain versus Poland is a draw. Wait, there was another. Oh, there was a 2 p.m. game. I forgot about the 2 p.m. game. Dang. I forgot about the 2 p.m. game. But Spain and Poland draw. Wait, Spain has drawn both of their first two fixtures then, which is crazy. It looks like this game will end in a draw, most likely. I don't think White. I mean, White's up a pawn, but they're not really playing for anything. These are not good pawns. Like, in fact, you'd almost rather have this pawn structure than these. But spoilers. Oh no. Did they spoil the footy game? Maybe. Wait, can Black actually win this? I think Black might actually have a shot at winning this. Yeah, he just flags. Okay. Wait, let's see it. Can Arm come back? Only time will tell. There's 4 minutes left in the event, chat. This is legitimately coming down to the wire. I was not expecting this whatsoever. I was really like taking bets on how much of a lead Min would have. Maybe there's a chance he doesn't win at all. Bishop c7? No. Okay, he goes for knight c4. Interesting, but now he gets a lot of counterplay. He's definitely still slightly worse, but now I don't think so anymore. Unfortunately, I think... Well, he's down 18 seconds. He berserked. Ooh. I didn't know that. I really should pay attention to when people berserk, and he's still going to win this game because of bishop f1. What was bishop f1, man? What was bishop f1? Arm's out here trying his rear off, and bishop f1? Oh, that's unfortunate. That's probably over. It's probably done so. The extra 3 points. I don't think 9 points is doable in 3 minutes. Unfortunately. Especially because he's got a dope position here again. I don't think he loses these. Although he's down 30 seconds again because he berserked. I don't think this berserk... Are they going to take a perpet? Okay, thank God. I don't think this berserk was well advised, though. I think he should have just tried to claim any points he could get. But we'll see. If he's able to not lose this, that would be very impressive. Because he gets. So basically, chat, if you berserk and you lose, you get no points. If you berserk and you draw, you get 2. And if you berserk and win, you get 3. So if he's able to even hold this to a draw, that's equivalent to like Arm winning without berserking. But not true. Wait, why? What was not true? I thought that was true. I don't know. Oh, he's gonna try and flag him here. So you play 49 moves. You get 1 for a draw? Oh, really? My bad. Maybe that's it. If you're on a streak, you get 2 on a draw. I got them confused. But thank you for correcting me, Chessmatic. Um, yeah, so if you're on a streak, I guess. This is chess. This is the purest form of chess. So Berserk only matters if you win. So you gotta go for blood if you're berserking. Bortnik versus Arm. Bortnik has been the guy like trying to keep the tournament alive. He's beaten Min, I think 3 times this event. Bortnik has beaten him. And it looks like Bortnik's gonna beat Arm as well. Ooh. This is just pure speed again. Wow, that was very sneaky though by Arm to not take the queen because he would have pre-moved FE. But by moving the king, so I can imagine in this case he's pre-moved this and is hovering his mouse over the queen. So just in case he does what he does in the game, he can be as fast as possible to that. Why did I join again? I'm so bad at this. I see a bright green button and I'm like, ooh, let's press the bright green button. He would have won if Rook E1 and King E1? Probably, yeah. I think he was banking on that. Okay, let's see. It might be all over. It definitely is all over. 13-point lead, insurmountable. But he did put up a great showing. Mr. Arm did. Same with Chigalgo trying to claw it back right at the end. We saw him fall off at the start of the event, but he managed to pull it back. And then, of course, Bortnik was trying to play spoiler the entire time. So he almost pulled it back as well. Chigalgo should have berserked. Probably, yeah. Um, oh, dude, he's playing insanely well. What a creative player, though, Chigalgo is. Leaving the queen on pre because of this fork. So both players are just ignoring the hanging queen. Okay, maybe at that point in time it actually was hanging. They agreed to a draw? What? Oh, so that he'd get the final point. Ah, makes sense. That is very intelligent. So he agrees to a draw because you don't get points when once the tournament ends. So they both want the additional points. But okay. Very, very interesting events. I mean, I've never done one of these before, but it was a lot of fun. Like, these guys are insane. These guys are absolutely nuts. Yeah, of course. Thanks for hanging out. I've had an absolute blast. Like, I hope you guys have had a good time, but I'll see. Maybe I'll talk to No Joke or something, and if he ever needs anything for like future events, I'll definitely be down to. Um, but yeah, I think that's about it. It's up to No Joke, whomever he knows that's live for me to raid. When will I stream again? I'll definitely be back tomorrow, chat. And I stream on my own Twitch most of the time. But if they ever need help, I'm always down to help. Because like I've been explaining, Lichess does all of this without expecting anything in return. So it's always nice to volunteer. Um, but yeah, that's normally where I stream on. My name is just a pun on the Caracan because it's my favorite opening in chess. And that's about it. I guess now I just wait for No Joke to tell me who to raid. But No Joke isn't here, so I'm confused. If anyone else knows, anyone, well, if any of the mods know someone who's live, who you guys consistently raid, let me know. Because I have no idea. So now I just like kind of sit here mindlessly for a few minutes. Maybe I should play a game. You can raid someone? Okay, that works. Feel free to. Whoever you want, the best soul helper. Also thought the round time was 10:30. Nice. Wait, when was the round, Kush? And also, I hope your tournament is going well. Because 3.5 out of 4 is insane. What is my favorite chess joke? Usually the moves that I make are my favorite chess jokes. Um, but yeah. I don't know. I don't have a favorite chess joke. Either way, take care.